Well, unless the party wants to interact further or do something special this evening, the evening passes.
All that Alvyn does is every now and then he glances over to Arenoss and to his shoulder where he thinks the imp might be.
Yes.
And then he looks back on the table and mutters some words because he still doesn't know what to think about that darndest thing.
Arenoss will walk over and talk to Nick a bit, actually.
Huh?
What I'm looking forward to is the entertainment of trying to get through the booby-trapped room.
Arenoss?
Yes, hello, Miko. How are you holding up?
She grimaces. There's a lot of things to do. Being an heiress is not it's not all it's hyped up to be.
No, I can understand that. So, have you thought about maybe hiring some extra help or something like that?
She nods. Yes, I have been thinking of it, and I think I shall be doing that in the coming months at least. She looks around. I really like this place, and I would be sad to stop working here, but I am afraid that the more time passes, the more things I need to do up in the manor, or in the glassworks, or someplace else where apparently a noble lady must tread. She notices.
Yeah.
I even have to sit on the city council and bicker with that old fart of Titus Scarnetti.
Yes, that can't be pleasant, I assume.
She shakes her head. No, he is not a pleasant man.
No, to my understanding, he is not. So maybe you could hire someone to help you with some of that, maybe? I don't know exactly how it works.
She shakes her head. No, the Keijutsu family's secret cannot be revealed to any outsiders, sadly. And the inner workings of the process of creating the glass must remain in the family.
Yes, of course.
And as such, I need to be quite hands-on in the process at times. Still, she shrugs. The glassworks are just now being prepped for actually resuming operations. The goblins and you and your friends did quite a number in there.
Yes. Sad thing that.
She, her eyes glazes over for a second. Yes, I really wish it hadn't happened, but it did.
Yeah.
So she looks around. This undead threat we are apparently under.
Yes. Not a very pleasant thing. We found some down by the farmlands to the south, and we're not quite sure where they are coming from. They must have some spawning location, I guess you would call it.
She nods to herself. Every time I ran into creatures such as those, and there weren't many times, but I have run into them. It was almost always in some dark and dank place, rarely running about.
Yeah, I guess they were hunting for people, and but I guess they must have some area around there where they sort of meet up, and yeah.
She thinks
they must have come from someplace.
She thinks yes. That seems like a sound conclusion to me. Do you have any leads?
I don't think so. The only thing I could think of would be if they come from somewhere in the Whisper Woods, because it's quite close to there, and might be some good place to hide in there.
She seems to think, perhaps. I'm not sure that the fey creatures that are rumored to be in the wood would suffer these undead to live in there.
Alright. I'm not too familiar with the area, so...
She nods. No, I imagine it wouldn't be. That is at least what I've heard from Shailelu Andosana, the Alvyn Ranger. Well, you've met her, of course.
Ah, yes. Maybe we should talk to her about it. She might know of a few locations in the area they might be coming from.
Maybe. She has left for the season, though. I'm not sure when she will be back. Perhaps... I'm sure there are ways to finding her, though.
Yes, Saloro has sent her a message, so she might be returning, but no one can really tell.
She nods, I see. You seem to consider. So, what did you find at the farm?
There was quite a lot of corpses and gore. Not very pleasant.
She nods. I see.
We didn't find really much evidence of what was going on there. We did find a special key with some markings on it, but nothing other than that.
First of all, a key?
Yes, it had... can I make like an intelligence check to remember what it was?
Sure.
Right. Oh.
I bet it's a quite high intelligence check. Yes, it was indeed an old key. It had a sort of symbol sort of engraved. It's quite sort of a big one. Not really something you probably would use for, a normal, a kitchen door or something like that. The key, so we can actually find my note here. Yes, it was a stylized flower surrounded by thorns.
Right. It was a very large key with flowers on it surrounded by thorns. Not a very common key, I would say.
It seems to think. Could I perhaps see it?
I in fact don't have it. Saloro has it, and I don't know where he is at the moment. But if I found him, I could certainly tell him to show it to you.
Sure, well, maybe Saloro is studying it at this very moment. Who knows? She shrugs. But if you want me to take a look at it, I certainly could. I might not be as learned in books as some of your friends, but I have traveled far, and some of the lore I have picked up might be of use. She smiles.
Of course. Your insight is most valuable.
Mako sort of furrows her brow and looks for a second at Arenoss' shoulder, but then she shakes her head quite imperceptibly. Oh no, nothing. I thought I saw something move on your shoulder, but I must have been imagining.
Oh, I see. And Arenoss looks to his shoulder.
Gareth sits quite comfortably at the shoulder now. Right now, he is basically using Arenoss' side head as a shoulder rest.
I see. Well, has anything interesting happened here in Sandpoint while we were gone?
She shakes her head. No, not really. More patrols for the good militia and such, but nothing really. We've had a reported influx of refugees, but they've been carted off now to the North Gate, I've heard.
I see.
Apparently the infection that these creatures spread is quite contagious and dangerous, and the council has opted to keep these people outside for the time being.
Yes, that might actually be a good idea. Saloro suggested as much, and he is quite learned in such things.
She nods, yes, that I agree, even though it is a quite regrettable circumstance and measure. It is necessary, I believe, at least for the time being.
Yeah, shouldn't keep them out there too long, though.
Mako, returns to polishing the bar.
Right. Arenoss just sits there for a while and drinks some wine, I guess.
Sure. Rest of the party?
Roldar will probably try and get an early night. He's got a lot of things to digest in his head.
And as soon as Alvyn sees Roldar leaving, he is going to hurry after him to make sure he doesn't trigger the trap.
Roldar doesn't notice or really pay much attention to this. He's kind of walking on.
Everyone kind of wants to watch.
Roldar will not even really care, Grant. He'll open the door to walk on in.
Oh god.
Does anyone try to stop Roldar?
Alvyn is actually
we are
quite
behind
curious
him.
as
We have
well.
a chance to stop him.
I don't see him, so...
Alright. When Roldar opens the door, there seems to be a lot of ropes and pulleys inside. And he can make, if he has the mind to do so, an acrobatics check to try to sort of stop in his movement or try to sway out of the way of all the ropes and pulleys.
Does he see his
Triggers.
toy? Does he see his plushie?
In a split second, yes indeed, his plushy toy hangs precariously in the middle of all this.
Roldar will reach to grab it, thinking this is just a whole mess.
Alright, well, now Sheep can describe what happens when Roldar grabs and pulls at the at the plushy mace.
Oh.
When Roldar pulls the plushy mace, what happens is exactly what you think would happen. One of the ropes attached to the maces is pulled and the entire thing triggers, which means that the water bottle on top of the window falls down, the crossbow bolt shoots directly into the window, most likely shattering the glass, and the entire thing just falls down on top of Roldar. Covered in ropes and whatever.
Is Roldar now pinned by the trap?
Well, he will get entangled in the ropes, but the trap itself won't hurt him.
I did told you, didn't I?
I look at Amigo.
Jesus. Arenoss just sits down on his knees and has his hands on his face.
Alvyn frowns at the mess that Roldar made.
Well, yeah, Roldar, mate.
Clearly, he thinks that his trap was ingenious and it's Roldar's fault that it didn't work right. Well, it worked right, but not in the way he imagined.
Something's in the room.
Arenoss doesn't even notice.
I saw it. Amigo? Looks like we owe you a window.
Alvyn is too distracted looking at the mess. And frowns.
Okay, Amigo's just gonna walk away silent.
Arenoss looks up at Roller. Did you even tell him?
Tell who what?
Oh,
I'll attempt to get Roldar untangled from the ropes.
Surely Roldar could actually just force his way out as well.
Well, the way you described, you're basically tied up by a bunch of ropes at this.
It's certainly not an entangling trap. There's no mechanical penalty. He'll have no problem at all. Why did you roll? Don't you roll things. Don't stop it. Bad,
Roll a
Gryphongod.
one.
Bad. Look what you've done.
I guess it was an entangling trap after all.
Because you rolled. Look at what happened.
you turned it into an entangling tap, yeah?
You are the weakest Goliath ever. Ever.
Roldar is sad.
You are so weak. Jonas hasn't said anything for the past 3 minutes. That's how weak you're.
Oh dear. Yes. Well, the mess of the robes and the crushed windows and the bottle and the crossbow and yes, and Roldar. It's slowly Roldar is getting untangled from the ropes. His attempt to break free didn't end so well. But what do you know? Sooner or later he will get disentangled, and there is still a lot of shattered glass in the room, though.
Alvyn mumbled
The
something
room.
to himself.
The bolt shot outside, so all the glass should have gone out there.
From the window, yes, but we still have a crushed bottle on the floor.
Oh, that's true. Oh, how could you guys not have told Roldar?
I'm pretty sure Roldar was told.
He wasn't told
Roldar
that his
No, he
plush
wasn't.
mace. Yeah, he definitely wasn't told. He wasn't told that his plushy mace was a part of the trap either.
That I can give you. I will look at Alvyn.
I'm not saying Roldar is stupid, but you gotta lay down some fucking framework for him.
Alvyn, looks like you've got some cleaning up to do.
Well, at least the trap worked.
I will shake my head as I walk down the stairs.
I am very sorry, Miko. Is there anything we can do to make it up to you?
You can pay for the window.
Of course.
She smiles viciously. Oh, don't worry, I know someone who makes windows.
Ah, yes.
Quite convenient, isn't it?
Convenient.
She mumbles to herself, the things I put up for. Oh, adventurers.
Alvyn will start cleaning up the mess while trying to think of improvement for his next version of the trap.
Alright,
Make it
excellent.
more compact.
More rope is needed, clearly.
Arenoss will give Miko 10 gold coins and say this will cover the sort of glass and the inconvenience that was caused, I guess.
She nods. Certainly, thank you.
And I also will tell Alvyn not to do that in the future, as I did before.
She smiles. Yes, it was quite a feat of engineering. Gnomes, she shrugs. I can't keep their minds and fingers.
Let's just say they have a gift for doing that.
That is certainly one way of putting it.
Overcomplication is never a good idea.
I've seen it happen. I've seen it being good once or twice in my lifetime.
Ah, yes, but did not work this time, at least.
Well, Omega returns to polishing the bar again.
As she has a new window to buy of that 10 gold. I will actually take Arenoss to the side, speak to him out
Where?
just so I'm not just so we're not right next to Amiko.
Alright.
Don't worry, you don't need to pay for the window. I know Amiko. I know you kind of have feelings for Amiko, but
Well, it's just a calmer down, basically, and it's not that much money. And I can take it from Alvyn later, I guess.
oh, don't worry. I'm subtracting that from Alvin's next sum of gold.
Ah, yes.
I
That-
hand you
that will be-
10 gold pieces.
Oh, alright. Or you could just give me 10 extra gold pieces next time we divide up the loot, so to speak, but alright.
Yeah, no point in you being down right now.
Well, there's no point in you being down either, but...
I'm technically not, because remember those coins we collected last session? I didn't hand them out.
Ah,
So
yeah, that's true.
I'm technically not down.
Ah, yes. Yeah, then it works just fine. So, should we maybe go outside and pick up the pieces? Or should we let Alvyn do that?
He's already cleaning up upstairs, so we probably want to make sure it's cleaned up before someone goes to it, so we better do it.
Alright, do you have any bags or something like that?
I have a bag.
Should be fine, we can empty it out later.
Look what you've done, Alvyn. So, cleaning up glass, cleaning up this.
See, is there any magic I can use for this? I don't think so.
You're not Saloro. You don't have precipitation.
No.
Thunder wave.
Boom! They're fixed. Is that hole in the wall?
You know, it's like what I kind of want to do. I almost want to face step up here, hand Alvyn the bag of glass at the end.
Could certainly do that if you want
The
to.
Scarecrow watches with silent interest posted in front of Saloro's door.
Dude, that sounds like a great thing.
Da 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 da. Gonna have a repeat.
Yeah, after me
Oh,
and
God.
Arenoss clean up the glass, I assume Alvyn will still be trying to take down the pulleys that are like twice his height from away.
You're all robots for me at the moment, but alright.
Part of me is curious about the screaming scarecrow, right? Like, see if you get really close to the fort, does the scarecrow, like, just start opening its mouth slowly, and that you diff it away a bit, it slams shut, so like it just opens up slightly as you get closer to it.
No.
That borderline.
As soon as you step within its range of activation, it goes from 0 to
That's one hell of a sort of an acceleration on sound. 0 to in
especially
infinite seconds.
when you consider the fact that it doesn't even have lungs.
Magic.
I think we noticed that it's a scarecrow. Roldar thinks it's alive though.
We lost Arenoss.
Did we? I thought he's still there.
Apparently.
So it's disconnected on my end.
See,
Oh, from MapTools.
yes, apparently.
Or...
Yes, you.
Alright. Yeah, it froze for me and you're all sounding like robots.
Okay.
Well, someone's internet's not doing too well. Yeah, while Alvin's just randomly cleaning up, he'll see an Eladrin teleport next to him.
Alvyn is
Hopefully
too
not-
busy cleaning up.
Hopefully not
And-
teleporting into the ropes.
No, the rope should be gone by now. But Alvyn is too busy cleaning up while also making plans for more
In his hand,
things.
Erevan had a large bag of glass.
Alvyn looks at Erevan and the bag of glass.
We cleaned it up for you, but you need to dispose of it.
Alvyn will take the bag of glass and say, well, thanks, and head outside to find somewhere to dispose of the glass.
Saying thanks makes me worried. It makes me feel like you're gonna use it in your next trap.
Well, he might. You don't know.
Suddenly, the next person who walks through that window gets hit with a million pieces of...
You know, I actually
Oh.
already have a bag of glass in my backpack.
Now you have two.
Yeah.
This is getting worrying.
Keep giving the gnome all these improvised weapons.
Anyway, meditate / sleep on my bed.
Very well.
With the restful bedroll.
Yes, of course.
I need more comfy.
And Roldar is fast asleep.
And eventually Alvyn heads to bed as well.
Okay.
And
Dreaming
Thomas.
of traps.
Och han säger till Garrett att hålla koll medan han sover.
Alright.
För att han behöver inte sova.
Alright. Alright. The night passes.
If I roll mine.
Restful.
Oh, I rolled more than you.
Damn it.
Everyone is having a restful bedroll.
Temporary hit points. 7.
No. There we go.
Now watch, we won't even have combat states. That was a waste of use.
Alright. The party wakes up the next morning.
Everyone would wake up first.
Yes, Erevan is the first one to wake.
By
And
about 6 hours probably, or 5 hours.
there'll be minimum of 2 hours. So
Yeah, that's what I'm meaning. You wake up like, between 5 and 6 hours earlier than the rest of the party.
And again, you did not have an alarm system for your room.
I have a plan for an alarm, but I need more money. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead, clean up in the morning, and do my normal, go downstairs and do my prayers.
Right. When Erevan gets downstairs, he notices that a sort of a breakfast stands prepared on his spot at the table.
Interesting. Is anyone around?
No. The inn is quiet and dark. Only a lone candle on the table where Erevan usually sits is lit.
Interesting. Erevan will, look around, not notice anyone. Notice it's so dark. Kind of look a bit just like confused because he's normally at least seeing something around. And he will just do his prayers. He'll go to a different table from wherever it's set up. So I don't know which table you actually set it up on. It was that one or that one.
You can decide.
Again, you set it up in that one because that's where I normally pray and I normally then eat party here for some reason. So I'll go here, put my candle out, and do my prayers.
All right. Certainly.
I mean, Erevan doesn't know this is for him, so or if it is or not. But...
All right. He finishes his prayer in good time. And it's still quiet in the inn.
I do some writing in my journal, maybe a bit of drawing as well.
Okay.
I'm sketching something out, which I will just PM you what I'm sketching.
All right. Yeah, so the rest of the party can also, slowly wake up and make their way to wherever they want to go.
Morning.
Alright, morning at Arenoss. So I'll have some chalk and a few different colours, and I'll be very lightly sketching something towards the front of my book. So I'll quite quickly finish it up by the time everyone starts coming.
Alright.
Wank.
So it's normal time where people are up and there's still no one here?
When normal time comes about, Ameko exits from her sleeping chamber and sort of nods at the party that's sitting around the table, and goes around the counter and into the kitchen too, and do some stuff that she apparently needs to do. They also hear the back door opening and Bethana come in, and they seem to have a conversation inside there.
Now we just need a full party of patrons and be done.
Alright.
As Saloro, because there's no idea where he is.
No. After a while, Arenoss will walk out and check if Saloro is in the stables.
Heinrich is certainly gone.
Alright. Then we'll walk back in.
I was hoping something funny, like you open up Saloro's door and the scarecrow just in there again.
Nope. I know Saloro wouldn't leave Heinrich in there. Or I assume, at least.
Alright, it seems like Saloro has made his way out in town.
Yep, the Saloro is visiting Brodart. The first goal is to actually bring up mention with him about the curious object, a key, to which he'll show Brodart, which we found apparently in the possession of some ghouls, which, Saloro will provide a brief explanation of what those are. Brodart will inevitably have some sort of academic interest or knowledge in them. Essentially, the whole fact of the symbol seems familiar in some form or fashion, as Brodart has the most prestigious library and collection of esoteria, then Saloro figured this would be the best place to learn more information about it. And, he knows that Brodart is so swamped up with everything. If, he could spare, the opportunity for Saloro to peek his head into Brodart's books, because Brodart gets so much opportunity to peek his head into what Saloro provides. Saloro can do a little bit of research on the symbol, won't cause any disturbances or, interrupt whatever Brodart might be doing with the necromantic stuff that Saloro brought back, be in and out quickly and quietly. Saloro knows how to read.
Well, that is certainly good. Brodart, opens up the door and welcomes Saloro, of course. Ah, yes, young Master Saloro. Do you bring more books for me to read?
Oh, you didn't want to hand wave this. Okay. Fine. Let me think here. Good morrow. Sagely and intellectual man of the hinterlands, whose library is indeed the only beacon of knowledge here.
He smiles. But of course.
What I don't exactly have more in the way of necromantic baubles to bring. Rather, what I have instead is this. Saloro will pull out the intriguing key that the player characters found at the end of last session. They point to the symbol and they say, we found this in the possession of some ghouls that we actually ended up slaying, who were terrorizing the Sandpoint hinterlands, and this symbol seems familiar to me in some form or fashion. I can't explain why, and I do not have the materials to research it myself, so I thought the best source for any sort of knowledge about this would be you.
He nods. Ah, yes. He looks around the store. Well, there's a lot of books here, and you have been quite generous in the past. I will be glad to help you.
I appreciate it. I am sorry to, disturb you from your thesis on derailing your detractors, but this may pertain to perhaps ensuring that Sandpoint is not attacked by ghouls and all of the houses with their knowledge burned down.
He nods. I suppose that would take precedence at the current, in the current situation. Yes. Well, please come inside. Feel free. You are welcome to use any books you find necessary, and if there's anything special you wish to ask about, just ask. And he smiles. Adjusts his glasses.
I will do that, good sir. But I do hope to leave as little of a footprint here as I can, so as not to disturb you from your important research.
Thank you. So considerate. Young people. And he mutters to himself as he, walks into the store but leaves the door open for Saloro.
And Saloro will walk in and begin knocking himself upside the head with books.
Alright. Saloro can make a history check. And he gets a plus 10 from the well-stocked Sagely bookstore.
Took 10 on it, everybody. I did a good job.
Mm-hmm. Alright, Saloro starts digging through the books. And there is quite a lot of them, and many are quite old, so this will probably take a good portion of the day to research through. But he has found some interesting ones, some doing some cross-referencing, some more studying here, checking up on old names, etc.